And good evening, sports fans. It's Wednesday Night live from Coach's Corner, the center of the sports universe. It's all part of the Call Demasi Sports Report every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock to whenever. It's usually the coach and AD, but the AD, Chad Griffin, he's on a bus. If you haven't been following it, Cal High School girls flag football team played in the state semifinal today. They defeated Northside Columbus 14-12 to move on to the state championship next Monday at Georgia State Pack Park. I think they'll play at 12 o'clock. Chad will catch up with us about 7:20 on the show tonight. But once again, I'm glad you can join us. It's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. It's great following our first show over my right shoulder, rubbing and grubbing. Brandon Baines and Dan Foles do a great job talking about NASCAR. And, of course, Lawrence Bennett, who is the man behind the scenes producer, do a great job. They start at 6 o'clock. We come on at 7, and then we'll back Saturday morning live with the Call Demasi Sports Report, the coach and AD. Well, it's been an uncommon year. Once again, congratulations to all the local prep high school football teams that made it throughout the whole season. Benedictine Calvary losing in the state semifinals, but congratulations to the school, the administration, the coaching staff, and of course the players, the families, and friends that made it happen. So we won't have any teams in the finals, but we do have a team in the girls' flag football inaugural season on Monday, which we'll talk about later. Now, if you've been following high school basketball, okay, this young man came into Savannah Country Day last year. They finished with a 19-10 record, 12-1 overall, lost in the region championship to Trutland, but he's done a job. He's got something special going on over Country Day next week, which we're going to talk about Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Joining us now on the Coach's Corner hot seat. He's not really on hot seat, but he does a great job. Savannah Country Day's boys head basketball coach, Demetrius Smith.
What's up,
Demetrius,
Carl,
happy holidays, and thanks for joining me.
Man, thanks for having me on, man. I'm excited about our upcoming event. Once again, thank you for having me on. Calvary girls flag football team, congratulations. That's big time for the girls athletes at Calvary Day.
Well, I can ask you, people don't know you've been there now for a year and a half. How did you wind up coaching at Savannah Country Day? I mean, there was a nice picture of you. I don't know where you were coaching with a nice suit on. You were all decked out. It was your Sunday best. How'd you get the SUV?
That suit was a state championship game at University of Georgia. We actually won that game to win our second state title in a row. I flirted a little bit with going into college and coach. Couldn't land myself in the right place for my family, so had to connect down here at Savannah Country Day. They said they needed some help to build a program, so I thought it was a good place to come down and help them move forward with their program, so to say.
So give us a little background. Where'd you grow up? Are you from Georgia? Yeah, from out of state?
From a small town, Hogansville, Georgia. It's about 45 minutes south of Atlanta. Grew up with one red light. Everybody in the town know each other. My whole family, man, is basketball, sports. Had an uncle who played in the NBA. Cousin Nolan Smith played at Duke. He's on staff at Duke now.
Nice.
So we just got a history of at basketball in my family. I got an uncle, Reginald Blackman. He's over at he's coaching at women's basketball. He's at a college in Atlanta. So it's just basketball for us, I guess.
It's in your blood. It's in your blood. So tell us, last year, you come in, you take over that Country Day program. You go 19-10, 12-1 in the region. Of course, it's East and West, and now it's different this year. Your expectations? Do you expect it to be so successful so quick?
For me, I think it's a lot about scheduling. I try to make the scheduling tough out of region. I'll play anybody. Some may call me crazy, but I'll go up against anybody. So far, we had on our schedule, we played Richmond Hill this year. We actually going to play them again in the tournament. We played. We went up to Hilton Head High School last night and faced them, a pretty good team. It was a tough one. They got a couple of Division I athletes on that team. Their quarterback's about 6'7".
Oh, yeah.
He was tough. They got another kid, number 3. He was pretty good. Then they had a kid who he's a 4-star athlete going to Alabama to play football. So it was a tough battle for us. We didn't play bad. It was a 9-point game with about 3 minutes left, and the physicality I think just took over the game. So, and I think a lot of that's the only way you can coach your team sometimes, is get them to believe that if you can play with these guys or get somewhere close to where they are, they're going to play somewhere in they're going to play deep in the state tournament. So if you can face them and learn how to play the way we play, like, you'll be fine playing against anybody.
And how do you feel about the competition level, the basketball level down here in Savannah?
Oh, it's good. We got a lot of good teams in Savannah. You got Johnson, which they're on our schedule too. It's a lot of good talent, and that's part of the reason why we want to try to get a big event down here to showcase our talent that we have down in Savannah. I've learned that since I've been here for a year. Some pretty good players. We always have to go to Atlanta, so to say, to be seen. So we're gonna try to bring some people down here and see what we do down here at basketball in Savannah. So.
Well, take it from a guy who's been down here for 25 years. Everybody says basketball comes through Atlanta, but this little old area known as Savannah, Georgia, they make a lot of wave in the state playoffs, whether it's Giza, whether it's Georgia High School State Association. The talent is unbelievable. I know you come from a small town, 45 minutes out of Atlanta, and everybody talks football, football, football. But when you're in Savannah, Georgia, it's all about that orange
basketball.
It's basketball.
I've learned that since I've been here. In Atlanta, it's a little bit of everything. Anywhere in the South is football, but down here it is basketball. Like, people come out to watch basketball.
All right, so we'll talk about your basketball tournament soon. But all right, so what's your responsibilities outside of coaching basketball at Country Day?
Assistant AD, head AD of the middle school right now. Learning and growing in that field. It's been good this year. We got a lot of sports teams. I got about 9 basketball teams under me at the middle school level and the JV level. Just trying to manage the coaches, the players, parents. Yeah. But it's good though. I like to work with parents. I like to work with administration and try to get the best out of our kids. So, that's why I like being in that role. And not to beat the parents up or beat anybody up, but we try to work together to the best of our ability to, everybody want to see their kid play. I always say, you got one kid, I got 15 kids. So I want to see all of them do well, just like you want to see yours do well.
Well, everybody's interested in their own kid. Hey, you watching Wednesday Night Live, the Call of the Sports. Heard every Wednesday night right here at 7 o'clock at Coach's Corner, the center of the sports universe. Also, we're all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I'm talking to the head basketball coach over at Savannah Country Day. Just learned out. Assistant athletic director, middle school athletic director, Demetrius Smith over at Country Day. All right, so tell us about this year's squad. I mean, you got some talent. You had some kids coming back. Tell us about your boys.
We're returning our starting point guard. He's a senior this year, Eric Brown. He's on the track to get 1,000 points. Got about 2 games left in him. He'll probably have 1,000 points.
Nice.
We're returning a kid that worked super hard to work himself into the lineup last year, Ethan Myers. He's our 3rd leading scorer last year. He shot it well, about 35-36% from the 3-point line. So he's in the gym every day, getting after it. Paul Mosley, who's a first-team All-Region. He's back. He plays hard. All the coaches in our region love him just because he plays super, super hard. So we got a good nucleus back. Grayson, Gray Grayson is his name. He's a senior. He's coming back. A lot of respect out of him. He's one of our big men. Then we got a freshman in the fold, a couple of freshmen in the fold. Timo Moeller, he's about 6'6", soft hands, good footwork. He's working super hard every day. And Robert Spalding, who's a talented freshman. So we got a good nucleus, man. Just we got a group over here that played last year, trying to bring some guys in, just trying to figure out how we're going to play right now. And that's the toughest thing.
And, behind every great husband is a great wife, while behind every great head coach is assistants. What about your assistant coaches?
We got a new coach on staff this year, Reginald Stuball. He played overseas. He got a healthy background of basketball. Played in where did Reggie play? He played in a couple of small leagues overseas, but he brings a lot of knowledge to the game. He coached overseas. ran tons of camps over there. So it's good to have him on staff. And then another guy who was with me last year, his name is Ian. He actually played at Calvary. So it's good to have both of those guys on staff. They're basketball junkies. They're young. They're kind of in with the kids a lot, putting them through tough drills and stuff like that when it's not practice, so to say.
So you got this holiday Christmas tournament. Usually we have the Savannah City Classic put on by the Chatham County Public Schools. Of course, with COVID-19, that's gone away. So tell us about what you're doing this week, starting Monday with your tournament.
So Monday, man, just like I said at the beginning, we want to have an event, not necessarily a Christmas tournament where you kind of see who's going to win it all, but we want to have an event to where we match up similar teams and just see good basketball and, invite more teams next year. We started out at about 20 teams this year, and, COVID has erased some of those teams. So we're down to like 15, 16, I think 4 or 5 girls teams, and the rest is boys team. We got some pretty good matchups on the first day. We got BC versus Effingham first day.
Nice.
Calvary versus South Effingham, and then we were playing Bethesda, which is another, a little powerhouse in the city. They're supposed to have a pretty good team. I haven't started watching film on them yet, but I'll dig in after I spend a little time with my family the next couple of days.
All right, so there's a little twist to this tournament, and that's the major reason why, not the major reason, but one of the major reasons I want to go in. What made you come up with the concept? We don't have to do this till next year. I coached against year. I'm coaching Island, Savannah, Country Day. We got to deal with a 30-second clock. Now, this old ball coach, my first 9 years of coaching basketball, I had a 30-second clock. How are you young guys going to deal with that?
Man, I actually love it. I think it gives the coaches an opportunity to be better at their craft, work on their craft, teach a little different than they would normally teach. The old school Dean Smith 4 corners is kind of out the window.
Yes.
I've seen so many state championship games against some really, really good teams where whoever got the jump ball, they held the ball and took their last shot. And it went into another overtime because you missed the shot. And then that team get the ball, they hold it, they miss the shot. So instead of just seeing good basketball and coaches have to go into their bag and, have a chess match, like call timeouts, come out of the timeout with a draw up. That's how we should be teaching our kids. Play within the 30-second shot clock. Play against really good defense. If somebody's playing man defense, you just can't dribble around in a circle. You got to have 3 to 4 dribbles. You got to pass or shoot on those 3 or 4 dribbles. Go into your offense. And, when you're working hard on offense in practice, come into the game and execute. If we want to get most of our kids with all this talent to get and be able to play at the next level, that's what the next level is all about. And I think we got a bunch of good talent in Savannah. I think this is going to help. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited just to see these guys, some of these teams play with a 30-second shot clock.
Now, have you done this before?
I spent when I was at Pace, we played in a Hoop Hall Classic, and we had a 30-second shot clock, and it was some of the best basketball I've ever been a part of. Everybody running sets. Now everything you're teaching actually is unfolding in the game. There's no junk basketball. It's just really good basketball, and I think it just makes us all better when you got something that, you're up against the shot clock. Really doesn't affect my team because we run and gun, but, some teams like me, myself, I pride myself on defense. We're going to get after you. We're going to try to keep you in front of us, but you can't play defense for 45 seconds.
It's tough.
Going to break down. So I think it helps my team a little bit because we're going to play good defense. We played against Richmond Hill. They're a really, really good defensive team. They rarely break down. So just to see some of those teams, see people play against them and be able to execute, I'm excited about the basketball that's going to turn out.
I did some research, and people don't know this, but there's only like 17, 18 state associations that use a 30-second clock. It's not as vast as everybody thought it was. I thought it was. So Georgia is not the uncommon state. So there are other states that don't have it, which, like you said, a kid goes on to college, they have to play a shot clock, and it's a total different game.
Right. With the rich basketball that we've had, if you look at the NBA drafts over the last couple of years, I mean, Georgia, the city of Atlanta, man, got so many kids coming out. I think we just need it. We just need it into our system. Once again, it helps us coach, helps us better prepare our kids for that level. Some AAU tournaments, they've been using it. So I think I wouldn't say we're late, but we're getting in it at the right time to where the basketball is changing. I mean, you just got so much that's changing about basketball. I think it's good. I even liked this year that fouls are 6. You shoot 1 and 1.
Right.
They erase after the first quarter.
Right.
Like the basketball has been so much better because of that. Like you get to continue to play instead of, you spend a whole second quarter at the free throw line every time you touch somebody. So I've been enjoying the basketball so far.
All right, let's get the specifics out there. Next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday over at Savannah Country Day. Tell everybody what they knew to get tickets and how they go about it.
Started out on first games at 12:30. On the 28th, we'll play 12:30. We'll take a break for sanitation. We'll come back Calvary and South Effingham will play at 3. We'll play at 5 versus Bethesda. Really just come to the gates. We're going to check temperatures. We're going to put wristband everybody up. There's no in and out. We're just trying to keep all the traffic from going out and coming back in because of COVID issues. We're gonna lay the protocol down. We're putting fans, we section fans. If you're coming with Bethesda, you're gonna have your own section where you got to sit. You're coming with South Effingham, you're gonna have your own section where you have to sit. So we're just trying to make it, the same. Keep people in their little bubble when they come into our gym. And we're gonna do a lot of sanitation on the second day. We got South Effingham girls and boys playing against Bethesda and Hilton Head Christian. Hilton Head Christian's girls are pretty good. Then we'll take a break in the action. We'll sanitize the gym, wash down balls, like push everybody out. Once you go out there, you're welcome to come back in. We'll check temperatures a second time. We're just trying to keep it protocol, man, just so we can play basketball. Like, I'm okay with going through all the hoops, jumping through all the hoops, as long as we can toss the ball. Well, we don't toss it up. We take it out on the side.
Now they're going to be able to get the tickets at the door, or they have to go to GoFan?
Yeah, tickets at the door. We're going to take cash. That way we can cut down the people screenshotting tickets. I mean, it's just so much to try to get into a basketball game if you really love basketball. So we're gonna take them at the gate and wrist scan them and do all that good stuff.
Well, Coach, you're doing a great job over there at Country Day. Keep it up, and once again, I wish you all the best. And I'm going to try and get over there, see a couple of the games, see how the people adjust to the shot clock. And once again, enjoy your family. Have a great holiday.
All right, Carl. Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, appreciate it, man. As you say, go Hornets.
Go Hornets, yes, sir.
So, one of the up and coming young coaches in this area does a great job at Country Day. You got to see these kids run. I mean, it's just great to see, and I think he's going to take advantage of that 30-second clock with the style that the Hornets are playing this year. So once again, Coach Demetrius Smith, the head boys basketball coach. Remember, Monday starts at 12:30. They'll go Tuesday and Wednesday. Find out the schedule. Look at the schedule over there at Country Day, and they'll lay it out for you. So once again, great job. Unbelievable job he's doing over there with those kids.